to the Bembridge Scholars.
The Bembridge?
Cannot keep our organization straight.
I can't either.
It's very
Clearly, we're
complicated.
very bad at this. We really need someone to just like tell us what to do. So, what were we saying?
We're scholars.
We've realized in this new year that we've made some mistakes along the way.
Thanks to Elizabeth.
Our subscriber,
Right, I'm
Elizabeth.
sorry, not thanks to this one.
Elizabeth had pointed out, where we watched In the Army Now, that Brendan Fraser's one line, it was a reference to the movie Son-in-Law. And she didn't mention that he had a cameo in it, but that got me thinking. I went on his IMDb page and I was like, oh. There are a couple films that he's in that we were not aware of, and that our list was out of order.
Out of order.
I'm mortified.
We were going by the Wikipedia list.
We didn't even think about double checking. That's very unscholarly.
We have revised our plan.
Okay.
Now that is scholarly.
Whitney, I like the way you look at this.
Thank you. Do you feel optimistic? She's been having a day. So I have this little tincture for optimism, and I said, I think you could just use a little dose of optimism today. I think you should have another.
Oh, did I spill? How did I even do that? I didn't even get it on myself. Yeah, we're going to be going out of order for a little bit, and also Whitney is going to be quarantining here for 2 weeks. I don't live here, by the way. And then she's going to be up in New York for 2 weeks. So we are stockpiling a lot of episodes. So you're going to be seeing this Christmas tree for the entire month of January and some of February as well.
We're just keeping the holiday spirit alive.
Today we are watching Son-in-Law. With
Son-in-Law?
It's another Pauly Shore movie, another cameo. This brings up a point. Another scholar named Seb.
The way you said that was like,
What?
he who shall not leave a comment anywhere.
He won't leave a comment anywhere, and it's really pissing me off. He just gives me the comments personally, but none of you get to see the comments.
I think you're going to have to start
I've threatened him.
like
I've
copying
said,
and pasting his stuff.
I should. I've actually threatened him, and I've said, if you don't start leaving comments, you will never be able to be a co-host on this.
Seb, I hope you're listening.
So,
Because these scholars, they mean what they say.
just give me the whole bottle of optimism, please.
It's making such a big difference. Sweet Chestnut, Be Optimistic by Bach.
They do the rescue remedies.
This other one I have that I haven't tried is called Have Hope.
Put some hope in there.
But I got
too.
a
For relief of naturally occurring simple nervous tension. I could just.
This is gorse. And then 2 on my tongue.
It has a very familiar flavor to it.
Are you familiar with gorse?
Seb did bring up a really good point, unfortunately, which was that there has to be a friendship between Pauly Shore and Brendan Fraser.
Right.
What's the story there? Are they still friends?
Well, I just assumed that they were friends.
I just thought that Brendan Fraser did all these cameos in Pauly Shore's films because the Encino Man dynamic between them was so popular. I do think this is about a son-in-law who... Well, I don't even care.
These remedies are so good for you. Well, I've never taken this many so quickly. Like,
Rightio.
well, we'll see Link again.
Yes. Okay, bye.
I actually thought this movie was...
It was cute. It's about this girl from South Dakota who grew up on a farm, and she decides that she wants to go to California for college. And so she goes, she meets Crawl, who is her RA, and they become really good friends, and he kind of like gives her a makeover and everything, and she takes him home for Thanksgiving, and hilarity ensues. Brendan Fraser appeared 14 minutes and 50 seconds into the film.
Pauly Shore is dressed up as...
Chiquita Banana.
And so he's got the bra, the lipstick, the skirt, and then the hat of all the vegetables and fruits. And so he comes into a dorm room where they're having a party. Link, Brendan Fraser, is there, And
he is Link.
Like he's Link from Encino Man that time.
He had the hair.
He had the hair. There was maybe a little bit of a grunt. And then he kind of looks at Polly and he's like taken aback. And then he looks at the hat and then he pulls a frog out of the hat, tries to light it on fire. And
he just takes the bite of it.
Bites the head off of the frog.
Yeah. And that's it. And then he walks away.
Pauly Shore is like...
But Pauly Shore is kind of dazzled by him, I would say.
Yeah, we're not looking at him like you're weird, but more like, huh.
Mm-hmm. I am so glad we watched this because I get it now. I get what Elizabeth said.
Totally makes in the army now.
It makes complete sense.
It helps it to make sense.
Yeah. Emotional depth.
Again, this is about maybe a 15-second.
No dialogue, just all in the face.
Now, okay, we both noticed that he sees Pauly Shore. We just see Link, and he kind of does like a...
Oh, I don't remember. I saw him do like a...
But was it emotional?
0.5.
All right.
Man count...
That's a 0.
Comedic performance. 1.
Mm-hmm. Best actor in a dramatic role.
Okay, there was a lot in his face. He sniffs. He possibly grunts. He jolts. He does like this kind of thing.
He tries to light the frog on fire to
forget. And then he just eats it.
Let's go up to a 2. Physical prowess and stunts.
0. Eating a frog is not a stunt.
But does it take physical prowess?
Well, he has to use muscles to reach his arm up there to get the frog.
He does. And one-handed lighter while holding the frog.
I mean, you really only ever use one hand for a lighter.
Well.
All right, I want to see you use this with 2 hands.
What's the 1 for? That's what I thought. We're going with 0.
Hair. Okay, well, we know we liked his hair in Encino Man. Like, this was not an In the Army Now where you're like, is that supposed to be Link? It wasn't as good as it was in Encino Man.
No.
But it was still good.
And what did we give him as Link hair? We gave him a 4.
4.
Let's do 3, because I don't think it was as good as Encino Man.
Okay.
Hidden talents. Lighting a lighter and eating a fake frog head.
And
that was a big bite.
It was a huge bite. There was part that was like sticking out of his mouth, and I was like, what is that made out of?
I was thinking the same thing, because it looked really rubbery.
It did. It looked like a rubber frog.
But then he bit it and started chewing, and I was like...
What is that? Is it like a gummy frog? The way that he bit into it, it seemed like there was no resistance between it and his teeth.
I know. It was like a rubbery cake.
Yes.
But the part
I'll
sticking
have
out...
one rubbery frog cake.
The part sticking out, though, didn't it look like broccoli? Like a broccoli stem?
It kind of did, yeah. So you want to know what I thought it looked like in the moment? String cheese. Like when you peel it, you know?
Do you think that was like a huge piece of string cheese that was dyed green and painted with something shiny?
Yeah. Because the way he bit into it, it was more like cheese than anything else.
Yeah. Scholars, what was this?
Yeah, I really want to know.
thought?
Okay, so we have cheese.
A rubbery cake filled with broccoli stems.
What moves like rubber but isn't?
Like, what if it was a humongous gummy bear frog?
Maybe it was just broccoli in a gummy solution. Because, he was getting ready for With Honors and Airheads. He was probably hitting the gym hard. Ma'am, I can't do all this sugar. Okay, hidden talents. 0.
Yeah, I know.
0. Swoons, 0.
I think, if anything, the girl behind him was like,
gross.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Gross.
Unless Polly was swooning a little bit.
He was mesmerized by him.
He was. I think he was fascinated.
Yeah.
Can we just count that as a swoon?
I think Chaz, no, what's his name? Crawl. I was going to say Crouch. I think Crawl's character is probably sees the person, not the gender.
Yes.
I mean, he obviously is like really infatuated with hot babes with great cones. right? Is that the term that he used? I think he's probably experimented some.
Definitely.
He's been in college for 6 years, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Let's give
And
it a 1 for Swan.
He was really excited to work on the farm.
Temperature. His hair wasn't quite there.
Let's do 3. We'll go with it. Dancing.
0.
Zip. Nada.
Costumes. Okay.
I liked his shirt.
It was very true to Link. And also I noticed the little pendant thing on the necklace. It was kind of thrown over, but it was there.
So he was wearing a shirt, and then he was wearing a button-up shirt that was
like a
unbuttoned.
t-shirt. Yeah, and then like a really 90s colorful looking button-up shirt.
And I really liked the button-up shirt.
I bet you 2 cents that if we had seen his entire body, he would have had shorts on. He loved his shorts.
That's a steep bet, Dizzy. Are you sure that you're willing to wager that?
Oh, yeah.
I just really like that shirt.
Okay, let's do a 3. I'm fine with a 3.
All right, any notes, Dizzy?
You know, I think this is the first one where I don't know if there's a note here.
We don't have to have a note. That's
yeah.
fine.
I mean, I would say, like, don't eat the frog, but that's an insult to the French.
Link seems to really like the frog. So our grand total for a son-in-law is 13.5 points, which is a tie with The Passion of Darkly Noon. That says a lot. Just let that sink in for a moment.
Do you think Link is enrolled in college?
Are we sure it was like a university?
You don't get room and board at a community college. Believe me, I've been there twice. Do you think he's enrolled, or do you think he's just a friend of someone? Like maybe Sean Astin is going there.
I hope he's going there.
I just don't see Link really thriving in that environment if he's still not really speaking.
This is a good point.
I'm concerned.
But think about how much he was thriving in high school.
Each class was with at least one of his friends. You can't do that in college.
Assuming that Sean Astin is there with him, it'll be fine.
So who's paying for this college?
I think Link is just a really lucky guy.
Next week.
How many cents would you be willing to wager on the fact that Link is not enrolled in the university?
20 cents. No, you know what? I'll round it up to a quarter.
Wow.
25 cents.
That is a major wager
It's a big
versus
increase.
2 cents for some shorts.
I know. I just don't want to sound like a cheapskate. Scholars, let us know. Do you think he's enrolled in school? Like, what is he doing at this party?
What's he doing? Next time, we'll be watching a classic, Now and Then.
We love this movie. Like, I feel like every girl in the U.S. from our generation grew up watching this movie.
I didn't actually grow up watching it. I think I've seen it like twice.
I would watch it all the time when my friends and I had sleepovers.
We were watching stuff like, I think I was watching Oscar movies and
when you were
Brad Pitt movies.
When you were like 10? Tune in.
We'll see you then.
You know, the people who have been with us since day one. I mean, there aren't many of you anyway.
There are about
33. Yeah, there are about 3 people who are active. But we're not doing this for fame and glory.
We're just doing it for the 3 of you.
We're doing it for us and for the 3 of you. We are
way
scholars. Hold on, my nose is running.
We are scholars.
Don't eat the frog, it tastes just like chicken.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Don't eat the chicken, it tastes just like frog. And I quote, why would they be serving frog in the army now? Don't eat the frog, it tastes just like chicken.
I'm not sure.
Wouldn't you want the frog to kind of
Maybe
taste
I
like
should have
chicken?
taken a nap before.